All right, good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Colt Gray?
Yes, sir.
My name's Curry Mingledorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. I want to inform you of the charges that you currently face. In essence, you are charged with 4 counts of felony murder.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that Georgia shooting is getting crazier and crazier. Thank God they arrested his daddy. What a dummy. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that somebody that silly that they would purchase their 14-year-old a AR-15. And look at the boy, he looked crazy. This video is brought to you by PDS Debt, brought to you by PDS Debt. Ladies and gentlemen, I know for a fact I'm not the only person that have experienced this or know what I'm talking about. It's easy to get into debt. It's easy. Credit card debt, collections from medical bills, you name it, it's easy to get in. It ain't easy to get out. And PDSdebt.com can help you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is simple. I wish I'd have known about this before I ever became a YouTuber and before I ever got into debt the first time. I had a long road to get up out of debt, but I got you covered. PDS Debt can help you. If you're making payments every month on your debt and your balance just isn't going down, PDS Debt have the solution for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there is no minimum credit score requirement. Bad or fair credit, you're accepted. Save more while paying off your debt in a fraction of the time. I want you guys to stop waiting and start saving. Get a free debt analysis right now with PDSdebt.com/Tatum. It only takes 30 seconds. That's PDSdebt.com/Tatum. PDSdebt.com/Tatum. And don't forget, PDS Debt has customized options for anyone struggling with credit card debt, whether it's personal loans, collections, or medical bills. PDS Debt strives to understand your specific scenario, which is incredibly important, and it can help provide alternative solutions to becoming debt-free. Again, that's PDS Debt. They're offering a free debt analysis today. It only takes about 30 seconds. Head to PDSdebt.com/Tatum and get your free debt assessment today. Get yourself out of debt, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bells to get notification. Anytime I go live, make a video, y'all already know what to do. Let's get in the list. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribing, you're watching this, just hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. All right, it's free 99. But let's talk about this real quick. We got a development of an eyewitness close encounter, a young lady that was in the classroom with the shooter when he left the classroom and tried to come back and start shooting it up. Thank God he couldn't get in. But I'm going to play that clip here from the news. CNN was with the young lady, and also it was reported that the shooter had a Discord channel where he's literally should have been under FBI investigation and monitoring. First, before I play this video, his daddy was arrested. What an idiot. Like sometimes I have the option or the opportunity to reflect because I don't work a traditional job. So sometimes when I'm at home and I'm not at work, I'm reflecting on life and death and thinking that one day I'm going to be gone. And I don't know when. And it's going to be final. And there's no takebacks on that. And I also realize how valuable life is. And when you got somebody that can't get they together, and it hurts other people in society, it infuriates me. How does this boy dad not have enough common sense to know your son crazy? His haircut is crazy. And you go buy him an AR-15. What are you doing? That's you gotta be just completely stupid to do something like that. And now people that lost their life because you stupid. I'm glad they charged him. Let me look at his charges real quick because they charged him, and I think the charges were appropriate. So they charged Daddy Colin Gray, 54-year-old man. He was charged with 4 counts of manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said the day after his son went and started shooting people. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, God, what you doing? How you make somebody like that? Couldn't we just go without this guy? Couldn't we have lived without somebody that stupid they can't figure out that you shouldn't buy a 14-year-old a gun, especially if your 14-year-old is a nut job? God, come on. Can we get rid of these people? Can they be born in another country? Can they be somebody that have a heart attack in the middle of the road and die for no reason? Can they be that guy? Why this guy that 54, he's 54. I know good people that's dead in 30. 54 and stupid. All right. That's enough ranting on my part. Let me play this clip of the young girl's account of this shooter.
Let me introduce you to Lila, who's 16 years old. She was actually in algebra class just this morning,
Which is weird. How is a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old in algebra class together? But no.
elbow to elbow with that shooter, Colt Gray, as he's been named by the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Lila, let me first start with, how are you? How are you coping?
I'm okay. I'm pushing through it, talking to friends, making sure, everyone else is okay, checking on people around me.
Can you bring me back? What happened?
I just remember, the moment that it happened, he was at the door, and I knew they were looking for him already, but he was at the door, and they almost let him in until they backed up, and then he turned away, and that's when you hear, the first rounds of fire.
So he was in class with you, in algebra class. He left. Then he came back, was at the door, and then knocking to be let back in. Why? You told me something about the doors.
Yeah, they lock automatically, so you have to be let in to come back into our classroom.
And let me say this. That's what saved so many more people. Because if he can get access into the classroom, it's just sitting ducks. Because nobody going to challenge him, for the most part. But the fact that these doors lock, I'm sure he must have shot through the door and hurt some people, but he couldn't have access into the classroom. I was wondering why, I'm not going to say only because 4 people is way too many, but I was wondering why there weren't more than 4 people that lost their lives in this incident, and that could be an indication of why.
So I think he wanted to come to us first.
Come to you first to shoot?
Yes, to shoot us class.
And then he was at the door, student went to open the door, and then what happened?
She backed away. I think she saw him, or maybe somebody said something, but I'm pretty sure she saw that he had a gun, and so she backed away.
So she was about to let him into the class. You think to shoot the students, saw that he had a gun, did not let him in. What happened next?
Thank God for that girl.
He turns to the classroom to what would have been my right, and he just starts to shoot. And you hear about 10 to 15 rounds back to back.
All right, so here's from your favorite network, CNN. And the reason I use CNN, because they don't, listen, if they got it wrong, you ain't gonna get fact checked because they don't care if they do stuff wrong. You do Fox News, they'll fact check you and say it's wrong and it's right. So let me go with their favorite network. It's a little bit small, so I'm gonna read it to you. It says Discord account linked to suspect shared plans for mass shooting. It says the Discord account that the FBI had linked to Colt Gray last year referenced plans for a future mass shooting and sharing screenshots of firearms, according to the documents obtained by CNN. I'm committed to a mass shooting and I'm waiting on a good 2 to 3 years, is what this idiot said. Stated by the account user, according to the screenshot included in the FBI incident report from May of 2023 obtained by CNN. I can't kill myself yet because I'm not contributing anything to culture. I need to go out knowing I did. The account referenced Adam, the kid from Sandy Hook, in a separate post sharing the desire to target an elementary school and express frustration that transgender people were being accepted in society. They love to expose the fact that he said that they were being accepted in society. They love to put that out there. They love it. They love to put his manifesto out there. But you know, we still don't know what that fool that tried to kill President Trump, all his manifestos and stuff. All right, let me not go down that path. I'm gonna digress. But they said that transgender people, he didn't like that they were being accepted in society, which is nor here nor there. The real thing is that the FBI knew about this. He was on Discord. If I get on Discord and say that I don't like trans people, they'll ban me on there. But you can get on there and plot a school shooting and they won't ban you.
All right, good morning.
And if they banned him, the FBI should have been aware that there was a threat posed. And they should at least monitor the kid. At least monitor him, which means that you should be kind of following up every now and again while you're surveilling Donald Trump. You should be surveilling somebody that said they're going to commit a school shooting. But they don't do any of that. They let the kid go. His ignorant daddy went and bought a gun, and then now that's him being sentenced. You don't have to listen to it because it's just a little court proceeding. I'll play it for background. But look at him. You think he looked like he got me? Listen, I'm a father with 2 boys. I know some of y'all got way more kids than me, so maybe you feel like you're more qualified. But I know my kids. I know my kids. You know when your kid's silly. You know when your kids are immature. You know when your kid is dangerous. You know your kids, man. They just like you. Not unless your parent. Some of these people the kid probably ain't yours. Your wife been lying to you all this time. But if it's your kid, you know your kid. I know my son's limitations and his potential. I know them all. I know when he lying to me. I know when his feelings hurt about stuff. I know my kids. I know my youngest son. I know my oldest son. You should know if your kid is struggling and he got some of these, he on Discord. You should know what your kid talking about on Discord. I had my son snuck and got a Discord. I'm snitching on him. He snuck and got a Discord. I know what he did. Because he went with me full time, all right? But when he come with me, I'm like, hey, let me check, run that phone to me. Then I found out he had downloaded Discord, had a TikTok channel. Oh, bro, you don't have no privacy. This is communist Tatum house. Everything is mine. I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about right here? Oh, you that's gone. You gone, that's gone. You done. I got a phone with a company that I trust, and they need to pay me to advertise. But I tell you what, that's probably one of the greatest decisions as a parent, having a kid with a phone, that you should use this particular phone company and this app. I'll tell y'all, it's bark, okay? All right, don't tell nobody else. They got to pay me to advertise. But anyway, I use that, and now I have complete access to everything he do, all his social medias and everything, man. I time his phone out. I do his alarm clock. I do it all. But what I'm saying is that parents should be aware of what their kids are doing. Now, I do give grace to some kids are just crazy. They crazier than their parents are, and they're malicious, and they go do this stuff. But what I will say is that ain't no effing way in the world I'd buy my son a AR-15 at 14th birthday, and he this kind of kid. Like, my son don't have a gun. I own guns. I take him out to shoot. You don't own no gun. You don't have access to the guns. I take you out to shoot. But my son ain't finna be having no gun, a 14-year-old. Baby, you stupid? Because then they go do stuff like this because their brain don't function right. And their frontal lobe haven't been developed. So his emotionalism is getting the best of him because his daddy probably feed him soy all day. And his emotional response is that, I don't like my life. I'm going to go shoot people. Hey, how about you join the military? You can go take your anger out against the enemy. Save, provide for your country. But instead, these little weenies want to go and I'll say this last point and I'm going to shut the front door. Why did he want to do a elementary school? Why? It ain't that many kids in there. You can go to a mall or some open area, you get a lot of real estate. Why? Because ain't nobody going to shoot you back. Ain't nobody there to help. Ain't nobody that you can do whatever you want to do there, and nobody's going to protect it. Nowadays, they don't want Kamala Harris talking about they want demilitarized schools. They don't want a police officer there. Look, y'all get what y'all voting for. So I hope y'all vote for something different. And I really feel bad for the family because no family deserves to go through this because some idiot want to give his son a gun. And there ain't no laws that prevent people from being stupid. Let's just say rifles were banned. He just give him a handgun, y'all. Unless you're too stupid to think he'll just give him a handgun. He's just going to give him a handgun. They ban the handgun, he's just going to take a knife. You hit a couple people in the jugular, that's 2-3 people right off the bat. They're going to bleed out before somebody can help them. To be honest, they over-relying on guns. To be honest, which thank God that they are to a certain degree, because if somebody really had it about their life, they could use a knife and probably do way more damage than you could do with a gun. Especially if you got a real sharp one. And you get a couple people off guard. You can't put your jugular vein back together. You can't just go, squeeze that right there and be all right. No, that's gushing out, people passing out, panicking, blood everywhere. It could be a bad scene. And also, obviously, handguns in close quarters, in many cases, a lot more effective than rifles, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Thank God that most of these people don't know what they're doing. Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. As more information come out, we're going to drip more information to you. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.